All right, so this is a video to help you correct those 3 practice problems that were assigned to you from yesterday's notes to ensure that you are understanding how to calculate molar mass. So for the first example, we're working on this C4H8O4. So if you remember, the first step is I like to list out the elements that are making up the compound that we're working with. So we have carbon, we have hydrogen, we have oxygen. The next thing I like to do is take an inventory of how much I have of each. So I have 4 carbons, I have 8 hydrogen, and I have 4 oxygen. This is where you then use your periodic table to then determine their individual molar masses for each element. So carbon is 12.011. We can round that off to 2 decimals, so say 12.01. Hydrogen, if you remember, it's that 1.008. We just round it off and just say 1. And last but not least, oxygen is 15.999. It rounds to 16. If you remember, we multiply and then add these up. So we get a grand total of 120.04. It's molar mass, so that's grams per mole. Moving on to the next example, we have this gallium carbonate. So I'm just going to erase the screen. And this one we have a polyatomic to work with in parentheses, so just be careful with how you pick that one apart. So with this one, we have gallium, we have carbon, and we have oxygen. Looking at it, gallium isn't in parentheses, so there's just 2 of them. If you recall, this distributes in by multiplication. So we have 3 carbon, and we have 9 oxygen because there is a subscript outside of 3, subscript inside. Again, you are not adding, you are multiplying to give you 9. Then you again use your periodic table to determine their individual masses. Gallium is 69.723, so we can just say 69.72. Carbon again, 12.01, and oxygen, that's 16. Again, you can multiply and then add these all up. If you did it correctly, you should have somewhere around 307.46. Again, it's a molar mass, so this is going to be grams per mole. Last example, have the potassium bromate. So you have 3 elements again. Listing them out, we have K, Br, and O. We have 1 K, 1 bromine, 4 oxygen. Potassium on the periodic table is 39.098, so I rounded that off to 39.1. For example, let's just say you use 39.09. That is perfectly okay. Your answer will be off just by a small hair because of rounding. Again, as long as your molar mass is in the ballpark of a near answer to mine, you're perfectly fine. Bromine is going to be 79.904. No rounding needed there, so 79.90 is what we can use for it. And last but not least, oxygen, which we've now used a few times, is 16. Multiplying and adding these 3 up, I got a total of 183.00 grams per mole. So if you got any of these wrong and you're not sure why, reach out to me through a message or an email, and I can try my best to help out.